Okay, just start talking now?
Oh. Start talking.
Yeah. Alright, so, yeah, it's kind of difficult. Not gonna lie. I keep reaching for my phone and it's not there. And, yeah.
I noticed that when I first got out the car and I left my phone in there, I didn't know what time it was. So from there on, a lot of us don't know what time it is because our phone is our watch.
Yeah, we kind of have to use like the little caveman methods, and I kind of look at the sun to see if it moved, but with it not moving, that's how I know that we still have like 10 hours to go. I feel like I'm on rehab and I'm about to go into relapse in about whenever, and then it's cloudy,
It
so
looks
now
like
it's
about
like
2.
it's never gonna change.
You're like, we came in at 8 and it was looking
2.
like this, and now it's like, what, supposed to be 3, but we don't know. We don't have a phone to look at the time.
It's not the business, man.
I guess there's 3 people they're not into Facebook, they're not into their cell phones like that, so they're just sitting there comfortable. Yeah. Meanwhile, like Lauren was saying, we had an awkward silence, and that's usually when people would pull out their phone and text.
Exactly.
And we were just left looking at each other.
Did you put one of these numbers? Like you'll be like, all right, trying to squeeze it out of your pocket, and next thing you know, I'm squeezing nothing. I'm like, oh, phone.
I usually keep it in this jacket. I keep it in my pocket. I usually like lean over there. I'm like, there's no phone.
Yeah.
Today's been going good, I guess. We've been sitting around kind of doing nothing, enjoying hanging out for a little bit, enjoying being off Facebook for a little while. It's kind of nice to not have to have anything to check, not have anything to keep up with. Kind of feel like you can do whatever you want, even though mostly all we want to do right now is sleep.
Do you feel the need to get back on a computer anytime soon?
Not the need to. I think this is kind of pointless, to be honest. I mean, it's not like technology's going away. And who here owns a computer?
All of us.
Who here is not planning on buying one after theirs dies?
Well, it's not about getting rid of technology. It's just remembering how to enjoy life without it. So just so you can find a balance.
I understand. I just don't see a point to it. I mean, I personally like being, having access to all of humankind's knowledge in my pocket. I don't mind it.
I really feel like some of these people in there are gonna crack pretty soon. I see people starting to like itch for their pockets, and every time they see a phone, they start to get a little itchy on their neck and look like they're about to attack somebody. I saw some girl plotting behind one of the other girls back looking at her when she was checking her phone. One of the production crew had her phone on her, and it was like watching crackheads in a rehab house. This girl was about to relapse and go dive on this girl just for her cell phone. I mean, I saw people eyeing the front of the MacBook like it was water. It was their life water. It was ridiculous. But, I mean, I guess you really see what people were willing to go through and what people are going through for a connection to their social environment.
A lot of people have become lazy. They don't want to leave their house at all.
Yeah. It's very distracting. Like doing homework and then going to Facebook, and then you get lost and caught in time, and it's just, sometimes I get nothing done, so.
And like that human connection that we've shared today without our cell phones and stuff, like it's lost completely. Like you don't, when you're at a party or something, if you get bored, you can just go on your phone, and you don't connect with the people that are there. You don't talk to them. You don't do anything. You just close yourself off, and it's not a very good thing to close yourself off to people.
Black Ops came out, like Call of Duty, and for 3 months, hence my major nutrition, like I wasn't eating, I was just like playing, take a nap, eat, take a nap, play video games, shower, take a nap. Like during intermission is a 1-minute break. I would pee, wash my hands, take a nap. I mean, go back to the video game. For 3 months, I lost myself because of the video game, and it was just out of control, but no, yeah, it was a result of.
How did you get out of it? How did you stop?
I beat the game, and it was like, I can't do this anymore. I beat the game.
Okay, I beat up them.
Yeah.
Suppose you were to leave home on your way to a 2-hour class and notice that you didn't have that phone. What would you do?
Go back.
I'd go back.
You would go back.
That actually happened to me. I think I was coming to, I was going to math class, and I have math class from 5 to 6, and I was walking, and I was like by the golf course, and I was just like, oh yeah, come on. Oh, I have my phone. And I really stopped in the middle of my walk, and I'm pretty sure people were thinking like, what is she doing? But I really just stopped there, and I was looking at my head like, do I need my phone? Do I need my phone? Do I need my phone? Okay, I might need my phone. And I just like, just turn around. I was getting aggravated with myself. I'm like, just go get the phone. Like, you just need the phone.
Okay.
Have it by your side. Yeah.
Has to be by your side. How many people would go right back home?
I would go back.
Okay. What if you were 30 minutes away? How many people would go right back home?
That depends on what I'm doing.
You wouldn't go back, so it depends on how far you are. If you're 15 minutes away, would you go back?
Yes,
Raise your
it's
hand.
expensive.
I have.
Okay, you
And
have
I take
15
the bus
minutes.
too.
And you take the bus back home.
No, I don't take the bus home. I mean, I take the bus to travel places, so I have to go back and like I miss the bus that I'm supposed to get on to get my phone.
Wow.
Let's do back in the day for 400.
The first iPhone came out this year.
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden? President?
Vice
President.
No, because if you think about it, we're in I-4 now. So I-3 was just last year, so that's 2010. I-2, what is 2009 if you really want to get it?
Something, what's the opposite of that?
Nothing.
It stinks if no, it stinks.
Hey, who is this? What is 2006?
Wrong.
What is 2007?
Correct.
Oh, 7, you're right.
Everybody that texts, please raise your hand. I use text messages. Okay, how many texts do you send on an average every day? One at a time.
1,000 a day.
1,000 a day. Is that sending and receiving or sending?
Sending and receiving. Sometimes I get like I look at my bill and it says like probably monthly it'll be like around 8,000 maybe text messages.
Oh, wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So you always text someone before you call them?
Yeah. I always text.
That's like the rules?
Well, no.
It's not really a rule. It just kind of I mean,
It makes it less awkward.
I mean, if you call me before texting, I don't mind. That's just the kind of person I am. But if you let me know, it'll be probably more convenient because I don't want you to take offensive if I don't answer your call.
Or ignore it or something.
Ignore it.
And it's even gotten easier for parents and stuff because, just simply checking up on their child, you're just like, to me, like my mom, she's not up on me, but I still let her know, like, hey, I'm going to the club right now.
Yeah.
Just to let you know.
Real quick.
And then I'm like, oh, I just got back and I'm a little drunk. Going to sleep. Good night. Like, rather than talking and she's like.
Yeah, quick, straight to the point. We don't need none of the other stuff.
Nah.
Any other thoughts about that?
I think people are rude when they're on their cell phones. Just because I work at a restaurant, and if I'm in the to-go section, they'll be like, yeah, like they're like pointing, and I'm like, what are you pointing at? Like, can you just, or if they're ordering, like, yeah, can I get a da-da-da-da? Yeah, okay, yeah, for here, yeah, here's my credit card, and I'm like, hello, like, welcome, first of all, but a lot of people have been rude just because of their media or.
That's hard. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about the most interesting acronym.
Like with Facebook.
No.
What?
Oh,
The one I use.
Interesting.
wow. I thought you used the
WT. Oh, wait.
Interesting.
Oh, this one.
I just use LMAO a lot.
What is it?
Laughing my ass off.
Okay. Okay.
I don't really use them.
You don't use them.
So you type out.
You spell out all you actually you use all full words and sentences.
It's difficult to like spell when I'm in class. I noticed that because on my phone it'll like correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm like, wait, how do I spell that? I think it's gonna have an effect on younger people. Phones like changing spelling, so kids aren't gonna know how to spell correctly.
Oh, you got it wrong?
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe the 2 finalists for the last 3 rounds.
Yeah, they won't get this one though. Or maybe you will. Yeah, you probably will. Baritsi Militu.
I couldn't hear you.
Baritsi Militu.
Verisimilitude?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right.
Is she pronouncing that right? Verscillimit. No?
Verisimilitude?
Yeah.
V-A...
No. You want to take another shot at it because we don't have any more words?
Verisimilitude? V-A-R-S-C-I...
No.
Or me again?
Question.
Questionnaire.
How did you spell it?
Don't. I'm going? Oh. RENDEZBOUS.
That's good.
Okay, how about illiterate?
Ooh. No, just kidding.
I'm Scary Spice since I'm the only black girl right here. I'm Scary Spice.
Yo, I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna.
You guys are all on a level playing field now.
Yeah.
No technology.
We are, it's true. I can say our class is really close though from the first time we kind of all sat together.
Mhm.
So we all like each other's speeches and all that stuff and we give pretty cool feedback. Yeah.
I think I brought you guys back on time.
Right? That's I'm like, oh, this is so fun. Hey, I'm so serious. I need to get one of these, like, seriously.
We've been together for, I don't know, almost 9 hours. So what do you guys think in general about the day?
It was long. The day was very long.
Tell me something in general that you learned today.
I learned we have some very eccentric people in our class.
I learned that people talk more and people like communicate more when you lose that like connections to the rest of the world.
There's other productive stuff other than technology.
You actually get to know people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you do. We have a lot of personalities in our classroom.
I need to learn how to spell.
Yes. It's not even really learning how to spell, but
Monogamous.
just remember those words.
Yeah.
Because you hear them all the time, but you never necessarily think, oh, I'm going to need to spell that.
Yeah, because Google does it for you.
What did you guys learn about yourself? What is anything about yourself? Chris?
That I can survive without a phone. It's just having to be cooped up in the same place for 10 hours. It's worse than not having a phone.
It is, being cooped up for 10 hours is worse than not having fun. Being cooped up and not having fun. You're dying.
No, I'm not dying. I mean, I'll live. It's just.
I noticed that I laughed a lot today, and I haven't laughed a lot. Like I haven't laughed like I've laughed today in a while. That's usually because like I don't really talk to people. Mostly I'm kind of like socially awkward when I'm like a huge gathering or in a huge crowd. So I'm just like I usually go to my phone or whatever. So like I guess connecting with the people, like it made me feel comfortable, and you know I laughed, so I felt it made me feel good. So it was good.
So if you guys had children, what would you say to your children about social media?
I wouldn't let them use it.
You would not let them use it?
Not until they're at least 16.
Okay, until they're 16, okay.
If I had children right now, I would tell them to use it safely. Don't add random people, and I'll probably monitor them if they're gonna use it. And I probably won't let them use it till like they're 13 or something. So
I would keep it to a minimum at least. Yeah. So
what would a minimum be?
I don't know, like emergency phone calls. Yeah.
Not like, oh, I'm gonna talk to you on the phone for 5 hours.
I wouldn't even give my kids a cell phone because first of all, there's other ways where you can like call me at home. Like you can go into some store and ask to use a phone. Like they really do not need cell phones. It's more of a necessity because everybody else has it. Because you can really communicate with people if you actually have to without having a cell phone.
It's more about education on how to use it. It's not about just keeping them from using it, because it's only getting worse from here. It's going to become more and more integrated into our lives. Marketing is going to get worse and more targeted. Cell phones are going to get smaller and more powerful. This isn't ending. This isn't going to stop. Yeah, but you just have to educate them on how to use it, how to be smart on the internet, how to present yourself on the internet, what to say and what not to say to protect yourself. It's not about keeping them from it, but educating them.
In Korea, they had this special on MSNBC, a long story about the addiction of video games. You know, and its people are not eating. They're not eating, they're not sleeping, they're not talking to anybody, they're not doing anything. They're obsessed with it and they can't do anything. You know, they're flunking out of school. So, you know, the more we get connected, the worse it's getting, and it doesn't necessarily offset the benefits. I do like staying connected, but, you know, if I had to choose, you know, the kinds of issues, looking at the kinds of issues that are happening, you know, and relationships, you know, divorce, pornography, all of that stuff, the addictions are severe. You know, I know a lot of people whose husband or boyfriend or whatever, you know, addicted to porn because of the access to it, you know, the ready access to it, and it is breaking up families and things like that. So there's some pretty broad strokes when it comes to the negatives, but you know, like I said, I would, you know, having family that's ill, having family out of the country, being able to Skype. My friend he Skypes his mom every day in Puerto Rico. I mean, you couldn't give anything for that, because you can see your people from across the world, right, and connecting globally. So a lot of good stuff, but there's a lot of stuff that we need to be mindful of. And so we just really wanted to heighten your awareness because it's so much a part of your culture, because you guys are, you guys are digital natives. So thank you guys. Alrighty, okay, we're all set.
Okay.
You guys can